Welcome back, everybody, to Final Fantasy XIV Online with Mirriam Treespire. We are going to have to go and level up our character to get to level 15. It's not going to take us very long. I did forget to do that off screen. Bear with me as we do that. Then we're going to start our next botany quest. So, I'm thinking we've gotten most of the, you know what, we don't need that. I'm thinking we've gotten most of the stuff over in these areas out near the gate, right? But I don't think we've been down here to get our nuts and whatnot. So what we'll do, in order to level up, we're going to go to level 1. We're going to see what's not ticked. Okay, so middle Lunacia, we're not going to go there yet. So we've got everything in level 1 that is in this area. Well, let's head up to level... Here we go. So Lunacia, so we're not going to Lunacia. A cock feather, where do we find those? That's in central Thanalan. So we've done everything we can that's currently in the Black Shroud. So we are definitely up to Gridanian chestnuts and logs. The other thing we can do now is we can also go and look for these, and I am pretty sure that some of these are found in the areas we're going to. So let's see if there are some at level 6. None at level 6. Okay, these seeds are found in Lunacia, Thanalan, Lunacia. Alright, so basically we can gather from the blue clumps in this area that's Central Shroud out near Bent Branch. So we're going to go and level up our botanist by doing botanist things. Let's just go into our teleport. And we're going to go to Bent Branch Meadows, Central Shroud. There are, I can think of 2 areas we haven't harvested that are right near Bent Branch, and that will help us to level up to level 15. So we're going to go do that right now. So the first one is for our scythe, and I keep jumping over into that pond, and I've got to try to remember not to do that. So let's do that. Let's remember to put our sneak on because we don't have auto sneak yet. So sneaking is a thing. And our first little bush should be somewhere in here. So lush vegetation patches, you are going to need, let me just grab my character, to have your scythe equipped. Well, good thing we checked then, isn't it? Okay, so we were given a bronze scythe and we got a straw hat from our last adventure. Let's pop those in. Let's update that. Okay, this is what we need to have equipped in order to be able to harvest these lush vegetation patches. So we are going to do what we did with this. Now, we got a 100% chance of gathering everything. We don't need to increase our chances, so we don't need to use field mastery. We haven't earned anything that will help us do better, so we are actually just going to go with, let's have some carnations. It is Valentione's day. There's our level 15. Now we could head straight back, but I'm just going to go and gather all of the things in this area that and get those things ticked off. So this is leveling up our botanist by, you guessed it, doing botany. Alrighty, 1. And into the cotton balls. Now, we now have Pioneer's Gift. And I can't do that because I've already pressed on collect. Pioneer's Gift increases this chance here, which is your chance of getting a Gatherer's Boon, which is your chance of getting extra stuff when you gather. Yes, my aim is to get her to level 20 now. So literally by just picking one of each thing that you can get at each patch, you can level your botanist up fairly quickly. Let's do, so there's only 43% chance of Gatherer's Boon on Lavender. Let's get into the practice of getting that thing going whenever we can. And we've recorded it, so we get a little extra boost to our XP for every time we harvest something for the first time too, so that kind of helps. Alrighty. I'm not sure we can get to level 20 before we head on back, but that's okay. Now I have a feeling too that we're going to be heading out to another lush patch for the next set, if I remember it correctly. So we may go back in very, very shortly. I might just finish this patch first. and then we'll go back in. Now I do want to get some wind shards, just because we are going to need them for our crafting, and I should make a point of doing at least one wind shard, focused wind shard gather every time I gather something. Otherwise we're going to run out when we need it, and that is definitely the voice of experience. Radio. So this area is right next to Bent Branch Meadows. So on the map, we're actually just in here, just south of. So you've got your Chocobo Keep, you've got this big knobby tree thing, you've got the river, and we're just in this whole area here is where we're gathering from for these items. Alrighty, I think I've got one more to go. Eventually there'll be seeds that appear. So clearly, oh, hidden items. Alright, so it looks like I might have leveled again. Yeah. Boom. Level 17. Okay. In the course of gathering, disciples of the land will occasionally come across hidden items. A hidden item may also be classified as rare, meaning you can obtain only one before it disappears from the gathering window. Abilities that increase the number of items obtained during the single gathering attempt have no effect on rare items. So your gatherer's boon and the equivalent for your mining do not work. However, let's go see if we can find a rare item in here, because I am pretty sure that we're going to have to tick it off in our log. So let's try this lush veg. You're going to have to kick a few bushes to find your rare items. Alright, no rare items in here. I'll just get some wind shards then. Because wind shards, the other thing about wind shards is they don't go into your inventory. They have their own special little section that they take up, and you can carry quite a lot of them before you run out of room in it. So that is important if you're just doing what I'm doing, trying to find a particular item. Alright, I'll give it one more shot at one more gathering point, and you want to gather so you don't waste those points, but in my case we'll do it once more, we'll see. It's around the other side of the tree. Is it raining? Raining. I know, but if you're fishing for a certain kind of fish, that's not what we're after. I know, to get these points to respawn, you are going to have to harvest them. So if you're seriously looking for hidden items, you are going to have to chase around until you get them. So yes. There we go. Windlight seeds are hidden. So let's put out Pioneer's Gift and harvest these. They're not rare though, so we should be able to get a whole bunch of them. I'm not sure what Windlight seeds do. I haven't explored that far in the game. There we go. We've now crossed those off our list. I think it's probably time and beyond time to... No, not go back to Limsa. That's right. She was doing her marauding stuff. Back to New Gridania. Let's go pick up our quest. I know. My apologies. We've spent 10 minutes leveling our character. Usually I would be doing that off screen. Never mind. Ethernet. Boom. Botanist Guild. I will be off screen before I log out of this character. I will be going to do the romance, the Valentione's Day quest. So she too will be able to offer people little bouquets of flowers and earn that achievement. You probably don't want to chat with him yet because he's not your guild master. Alrighty. This is our level 15 quest, Haste Makes Waste. For Future is troubled and needs your help to solve a problem. Ah, my dear Mirriam, you are looking ever more a botanist. I do believe you're ready to take on further responsibilities for the guild. Guilds such as ours exist only by virtue of the cooperation of their members. Each individual must set an example for the rest of the collective if the rest of the collective is to thrive. The time has come for you to set just such an example. A matter has arisen, the handling of which I would entrust wholly to you. You may deal with it as you see fit, providing you see the problem solved. The matter in question concerns a valued client of ours, the merchant Albgast. It would appear one of our number has done something to upset him. Pray seek out the merchant at the ebony stalls and inquire after the reason for his ire. Oh, and choose your words well, lest you add fuel to the fire. I can do that. Let's toddle this way and find a certain angry merchant. Alrighty. Agro merchant, here we come. We want the Leatherworkers Guild and Shaded Bower stock. Now, by now, you should have unlocked every single Ethernet shard in at least your home city. And I would strongly advise you unlock it in every city you go to so that you have this ease of travel to get where you need to go and you don't have to spend a lot of time running back and forward. Alright, let's go find, because you're going to do enough of that anyway. Let's find Albgast. Hi. For Future sent you, did she? Good. I'm not a man to mince words, so forgive me if I seem blunt. You know what marjoram is? Well, of course you do. You're a bleeding botanist. It's a very common ingredient in alchemy, isn't it? Very common. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you botanists supposed to be the experts in harvesting such stuff? Yes, you are. Strange, then, that the expert who brought me my last batch of fresh marjoram didn't so much harvest the poor plants as dismember them. Why the leaves were so torn up, I couldn't recognize what they were at first. Needless to say, they're next to useless. So, thanks to your herb hacking colleague, I have no marjoram to make my concoctions, which is why I inquired at your guild, only to be told you were out of supplies, and here we are. Now, if it ain't too much trouble, I'd be obliged if you could bring me 10 sprigs of fresh marjoram, and I'd please like them whole, as opposed to the fine bleeding puree your bush butchering colleague delivered. Truth be told, I don't much care about your hatchet-happy friend. What I do care about is not keeping my customers waiting for their medicine. In short, hurry. Oh, and for the love of the gods, be gentle with the plants, will you? I shouldn't have to say it, but after the last bloke, I'm not taking any chances. Albgast, I am going to do my best. Let's go find that poor man some marjoram. So, to discover where you find marjoram, hit B. Brings up your gathering log. Go into your item search. Type in marjoram. Okay, if you can't spell it, it's spelt over here in your quest. Because I know that some of us have trouble spelling, not looking in the mirror or anything. Okay, Bent Branch Meadows. There's Dunstan's Spire, which is where that log goes up to the top area, so we're in the bottom area. Alright, looks like we're going for another trip to Bent Branch Meadows, which is good because there's a bunch of trees here with some nuts and stuff we haven't got yet. Let's go. So we're going to do our same trick, only this time instead of just harvesting one of each item as we go and then gathering everything, we're going to harvest one bush's worth of each item so that we can... Right, we've done that over there. This is the one that's over here. Okay, I'll take you the way that you will need to go if you're new to the area, rather than shortcutting it over the stable branches, and that is assuming I can find the stairs. Here we go. I know, do levs count as... Yes, they do. As quests. I might do a short session on botany lev quests once we get her qualified, and we'll just work through the different lev quests, and you guys can see what they entail. Alrighty, mature tree. Now this is not the area we're at. We're just here for the Gridanian chestnuts. I've got my quick gathering enabled, so we can now mark that off in our book as being gathered, which will bring our level up. That clash you heard was our gatherer's boon going off, which means we got 2 items instead of 1. Let's go this way. I know I have to sell them, otherwise they'll clog my backpack like nobody's business. Alright, we will gather a wind shard because we can. I do want to rearrange my thing too. See, Arbor Call we only do once, right? Whereas we might want these boons kind of all together. Arbor Call 2. I want my shadow on 4. I want my gatherer's boon on. I'm going to put it on 5. Actually, let's put it on 8. Alrighty, and sprint on 9. So we're going to all our botanists across the board. We're going to try and keep the same botanology. I have one more thing to gather from this grove, so let's go get that. And then we know we've got everything that we can get in this part of Gridania for our botanist, and we've marked it off in the book. We don't have to go looking for it later. So that's done, that's done, that's got a question mark. Let's grab some elm logs. We are going to want to know where to get those. And we're getting a fair amount of XP. We've got the XP bonus. There goes our Gatherer's Boon. Level 18. Leveling up quite nicely. Alright, but what we're here for is this lush vegetation patch, which will have our marjoram in it. So there's our marjoram. We will also keep an eye out for hidden items. So we've got our sneak on, because the critters in this area will eat us otherwise. Let's do some Pioneer's Gift. Let's get some buffalo beans. Important to know where they are because we will need them in our cooking. I'm not sure we can purchase them from a merchant. If I had my retainers with Mirriam, I would put them up for sale because sometimes people look for them. Alrighty, let's go. That's our buffalo beans done. The chickens would definitely have our bacon. Let's make sure sneak is on. What did I say about making sure your sneak was on before you went into areas like this? And look, see, big bad monster. Leave it alone. Let's play with the lush vegetation patch. We're after, well, we'll do our ubiquitous wind shards because we need them. You'll notice Gatherer's Boon doesn't count for wind shards. There is actually a different skill that will help you get more crystals when you're gathering them. Don't mistake it for something that works with plants like I used to. Right. I know, it's like you learn things as you go. Alright. Are we up to gathering marjoram yet? Yeah, let's gather our marjoram. Let's gather as boons. We can do it quicker. And then we'll click on that. Once you've clicked on the thing you want to gather, you can't make any more changes. So you've got to try and remember to get everything done beforehand. So you see our quest is ticking off underneath it. We did not trigger Gatherer's Boon on that. That's fine. Let's go find this one. Alright, we'll gather our marjoram while we may. Pioneer's Gift. Gather that marjoram. There we go. Level 19. So by the time, the object is by the time we get back to actually be at the next level for our next quest. So this is our level 15 quest. Alright, we've got our 10 marjoram, so I just need to clean up the rest of the things that can be gathered from this patch so that I don't have to go looking for them and bouncing all over the countryside when I try and finish off my gatherer's log. And it's good for leveling. Alright, so we're going to get some hummus. We will improve our gatherer's boon chances. So I chose Botanist as my first gathering class to complete because it has implications for your culinarian skill and your alchemy skill. And and your woodworking skill. So basically, in the lower levels of those crafting, those disciple of the hand skills, you can just buy the ingredients. But as you go up in level, or as you try and craft more complex things, you can't buy the ingredients and you're going to have to come on out and get them. So I figured it would just be easier to have our gathering skill up and running before we had to get to that point in our crafting. So that's the logic behind it. Fishing not so much, but mining and actually you need fishing for your culinarians, yeah. So fishing, mining and herbal and botanist, with I think botanist probably being the one that has the most skills. Oh no, mining as well, because that does your gold skill. into your Ethernet. Let's grab your botanists. Head on back over. We're going to go... Actually, we don't want to go there. We want to go to the Leatherworkers Guild and Shaded Bower, because that is where we're going to deliver our marjoram. And just a quick jog up the hill. And we'll hang a left, and there we'll find our very cranky Albgast, our merchant. And he's a bit of an apothecary merchant, so you get your potions off him. Albgast, hi. Did you get the marjoram? The herb is said to grow around Matron's Lethe, though I hardly need to tell a botanist this. Do hurry, I'm keeping dozens of customers waiting. Yep, got your marjoram, and in the condition you asked. Ah, the marjoram, and such fine specimens. I'm sorry I gave you such a hard time, friend. Thanks to you, I can get back to making echo drops. Do you know of echo drops? They are an alchemical concoction that restores voice to silenced lips, enabling the imbiber to cast spells again. Conjurers and thaumaturges never leave home without a bottle or three. But I must say, these are some of the finest specimens of marjoram I've seen, and they're none the worse for the picking. It's clear you know your way around a plant. As for your colleague with the heavy hand, I'm certain your guild will deal with him appropriately. Thanks, and send my regards to Fufucha. Okay, always got to leave him happy. Leave the customers happy. Okay, come on Mirriam, let's go. We are going to go talk to Fufucha. This is Haste Makes Waste. Quintelmeyer Harris, hi, how you doing? And bye, have fun. Okay, let's go. Up to chat with, are we talking to, yeah, Fufucha this time. And then next episode we'll do our, hopefully, level 20. We're actually not there yet. Ah, there you are. Thank you for a job well done. There's no need to report the details. I've already heard all I need to know. It is my belief that the botanist in question had naught but personal gain in mind when he so hurriedly harvested the marjoram. In his haste to complete the task and claim its reward, he damaged the herbs and rendered them useless. Such greed brings shame to our guild, and I will not tolerate it. The offender's name shall be struck from our roll. Whoa. As I taught you when you first came to us, a botanist nurtures the natural environment to the mutual benefit of man and wood. He who thinks only of his own benefit has no respect for nature and is unfit to call himself one of us. Of course, you hardly need reminding of this. Something tells me you shall never give me cause to worry. But let us speak of cheerier matters. Tell me, did gathering the marjoram pose you any problem? If you ever find your work unduly onerous, you might consider outfitting yourself with better gear. Even something as seemingly insignificant as a new pair of boots can make a world of difference. As you gain knowledge and experience, you'll find yourself venturing further afield in search of a new bounty, and your choice of equipment will become ever more critical. Oh yeah. Go now, Mirriam, and keep up your efforts. I look forward to seeing you continue to grow as a botanist. Certain gear grants bonuses to your gathering, perception, and GP gathering point values. A higher gathering rating improves your chances of obtaining an item. Greater perception raises the amount of items obtained, and additional GP increases your extracting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your objectives will increase the efficiency of your gathering endeavours. Alrighty, so this craftsmanship and control 33 and 13, gathering of 23, perception of 12, 12 and 6, 18. Okay, let's just go with the most ubiquitous one. This is a level 15 item. So clearly I can now improve my gear. And we might go do that for next episode. Maybe Fear the Reaper 2, level 20. Which reminds me, we can now get our other quest. But guys, on that note, if you enjoyed the episode, please hit like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. And I'll check you later. Take care out there.